Right. That is our map pulling. What was that? What was that band? That band was Hollywood. Band out here by Mythical Minions. All right. Brings us to your map pool here for today. Whoops. Hey, it broke. Why are you breaking on me? That's good enough. Okay. Oasis, Kings Row, Coliseo, Vasa in Shambhali Monastery. Here, if we need map 5. Get this positioned a little nicer. I know, I'm a stickler for details, all right? I'm a stickler for details. Visual person, what can I say? Getting into our week 2 Thursday EMEA Master matchup. Mythical Minions taking on Wasp. Oh no. Mythical Minions 1 and 2. Wasp 2 and 1. Wait, no, Mythical Minions 0 and 2. Excuse me. Wasp 2 and 1. Oh, unfortunate, LP. Unfortunate.
2, 1. Round 1. Capture the objective.
Oh, the health bar worked for the teleporter. I got excited because it turned the health bar on the teleporter and not on the players. All right, Essential coming out on the Diva. Ostrix not on a Wrecking Ball. What the hell? What have you done with Ostrix? Who is this player? And where's my Dallas Fuel Wrecking Ball? I'm still just stunned. It's not the first time, all right? It's not the first time we've seen Ostrix not on ball, but it's rare. It's rare. All right. Saunder playing on the back. Saunder had a great game on Tuesday. Ooh, that's a hell of a mine-in from KDM, though. Almost sent one off the side, but good damage and initiated here for Ostrix. Can grab a lot of space here with the speed ring as well. First cap has gone to Wasp and a DMAC on Essential. So Wasp will continue to build percentage. Saunder just rolled underneath that spear, but the Battle Cattle is in pursuit. Second spear will land, and KDM hits Muse with the mine. And hanging out down low, combined with KDM. Oh, and that is just all 3 players converge onto Saunder in an ambush while Hev drops the pulse onto Central. And it's a quick pair of kills. Panda with a bit of a clapback, though. Takes the tank out of the fight. And he's going to go ahead and throw the sound barrier as well. I'll say I thought I saw a Kitsune Rush. There was absolutely a Kitsune Rush used early. And JP with a good kill. Ev here to stall for as long as possible. Buy some time. You can see Ostrix at the top of your screen lumbering their way back into this thing. But Panda comes up with another kill. Big one onto Hev. 2 for Panda. 2 important clutch picks for Panda in this fight. Woo! Comes down and grabs happens as well. Panda having a hell of a round. At least a hell of a last 45 seconds. 3 picks. Important sound barrier to flip this point. Big plays out of the Lucio here from Mythical Minions. But now you do have an orbital ray to contend with and not much to strike back. I mean, Saunder in the back with the dead eye, but here comes Ostrix right into Saunder's face. Tire raid from KDM combined with the Terror Surge. Oh, no. Okay. It's just gonna go find Muse up there somewhere. Ev with 1 health, looking for some heals. Meanwhile, Ostrix looking for some more picks. Mythical Minions regroup, though. All 5 players have spawned. That's an ant matrix out of happens here on this left-hand side. Like Syndrome was trying to flank him, but Hev has already gotten another pulse bomb and has managed to find a pick with it. Kitsune Rush up front, and Central, all eyes pointed there at Ostrix. Ostrix looking quite healthy. Central wants some squishies, specifically KDM here on this Junkrat. Gets both DPS, only finds 1 with the Terror Surge, and OP shows up for a little backup. Ends up being a 1-for-1 trade. Hev stays alive long enough to go find Panda, help clean up on this point, and it's looking like Wasp with the opening round here on University.
Score 0-1. Ready for battle. Five, four, three, two, one. Round two. Capture the objective.
Okay, apparently we're sticking with Orisa. We're staying in Orisa country. Heading into Garden. That boy Stinky, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. Early high ground advantage here from Mythical Minions. Ostrix is threatening to push in, but Central has the same idea. Immediately just trying to run down KDM on this Junkrat, get the spam out of there, but it ends up being a 2-for-2 trade. Muse is able to get Ilpy out of the back, now finds themselves in a duel with Hev. Sonder, who is on a Sojourn, which I was playing Sojourn a little bit last night. Sojourn feels really good after the changes. And I can see why we're seeing Sojourn start to creep into the meta. It's not the first time we've seen Sojourn since the patch on Tuesday. And yeah, a well-placed disruptor shot can immediately get you at a full rail. Now that one didn't quite land, but also don't forget that rail is extended out, so Sonder's able to use that disruptor shot build up, and now has 100 ready to go for the beginning of this next fight. Hits one shot on a KDM's dome, and here comes the follow-up. The energy javelin lands, Immortality Field is forced out early. Oh, I think Wasp is just fortunate Central hadn't built up towards his Terror Surge yet, because that would have been the perfect spot for it. KDM is able to sneak one out from that back end, and Ostrix has claimed a lot of ground underneath, and he's managed to flip this point here for Wasp. KDM now with Tire. Wasp initially holding the hallway, the rotation out towards main. Tire unleashed. Looks like it's going around the back way. Central able to fortify just as the Tire gets there, so getting topped up from that. Looking no worse for wear. Now hunting for somewhere to drop this Terror Surge. The Ant Matrix will force him around the other direction. Let's check to see what's behind door number 2. Oh, it's a spear, but here comes the Orbital Ray. Right over top, Central into the back. Finds 3 with the Terror Surge. A little bit of damage in, and the follow-up on the LP is good. Energy Javelin on it happens, and that's both supports. Taken down. All eyes converging on to Ostrix, and this will be the minions flipping this point right back over. Hev's going to stall for as long as possible, but eventually will get taken down. Panda had a clutch sound barrier on University. Use one here. 43%. Mythical Minions looking to send us on over to round 3 in the City Center. Minions keeping Hev at bay while the rest of Wasp coming through hallway. They're going to circle all the way up to the top. Ostrix is going to drop in from above. I'm sorry, I hit the wrong pop on that. I expected the Terror Surge to come out. But JP and Central, once again, they're able to push forward. So as soon as Wasp try to make a move, minions kind of respond and rotate with them. Pick up a kill onto Ilpy. Now, they have traded Sonder out in this, but JP comes up with another one in this fight. Once again, the supports for Wasp are gone. Ostrich coming right up the gut. Goes onto the point. Hunting JP in the back. Has to fortify and get away. Stuck. Oh, no. No help there. The Immortality Field is late on the stick. The Terror Surge, once again, fights both supports. And a solid round here from Mythical Minions. As They keep their focus on that back line. They're able to isolate Ilpi and Happens in a number of these fights. And they will send us on over to City Center.
Score 1-1.
Mind the traffic. Be sure to look both ways before you cross the street.
Ready for battle.
And I told you, and neither of the matchups between these two squads resulted in a 3-0 in Season 2. I would expect this one today to be no different in that regard. These two teams always seem to go blow for blow, tit for tat.
Round 3. Capture the objective.
Ostrix finally moving back over to the wrecking ball, even with the maybe I'm on Zen. Well, I mean, even with the dive comp there, KDM on the Genji, and Hev sticking with his best pick on the Tracer. First fight cleanly goes to Mythical Minions. They're able to catch that, catch that aggression on jump pad side. Ostrix is back in, but you can see Panda just kind of keeping him in check there with the boops up top. Sound wave, I think, is the technical term for it. Now pushing to the inside, catches KDM, isolates him inside that central tower. Ostrix into the back, and some initial damage onto JP, gets him down to about half health. Can't quite get the reinforcements up there in time. Mythical Minions are kind of able to fend off the attack on both fronts. Hev is low, and Central moves in and chase down Happens. With Hev under half health, they weren't really able to pursue that. Meanwhile, Saunders already grabbed a pick onto Ostrix. So, throughout the entirety of that fight, Mythical Minions are able to kind of handle both sides to keep the left and the right arm clean. Ostrix tries to pick at you from all directions. Ostrix and Wasp try to pick at you from all directions. Ostrix goes back over to the Orisa now. Figuring the ball is just not in a good spot. Ball not getting the buff that Ostrix wanted here for Season 13. And we saw the ire on Twitter. Surge throwing in from Central is going to pick up both supports again. Central has been so lights out with these ultimates in this map 1. Oh! Oh, the forbidden ball tech of grappling inside the jump pad? I don't know if that's forbidden or not. There we go. Fight Wasp taking the first round. Mythical Minions are able to bring it back. Ostrix feeling like they have to play the Orisa here in this meta. The ball's just not getting it done. They did again with missing one of their starting DPS as well. Can be difficult, and that timing is so important to execute with that ball dive. Let's get Mythical Minions point on the board here. What we noticed in stats? What stands out, friends? I mean, Central with that 29 and 4 and 12k damage. And the tank always looks good. For the winning team, the tank always looks good. But, I mean, that That is not an exception to the rule, that's for sure. Central having some fantastic stats there for map 1. All right. It was Spooky Haunted Hollywood banned out here by Mythical Minions. And if you know your Overwatch map music, you would know we're headed to King's Row here for map number 2.
Ready for battle.
Just sticking with that, Arisa, just kind of followed up on that boy Stingy's point in chat here. As we will see the notorious ball player forced into the battle cattle here on the defense. Forced by feeling, we'll say, not by anything else. The meta itself. Feeling the meta will just not suit their primary strategy. KDM back onto the Junkrat. Mew's coming out on the May here, and Saunders sticking with that Sojourn. Which, once again, I feel like this change to Disruptor shot is so huge. Because you can build the rail in between fights, build and maintain the rail between fights and before fights. Very much easier. And look at this high ground position already claimed. KDM under a lot of pressure down low. Thunder's going to head up to the window. Ostrix hanging out in front. Where did Central run off to? Oh, Central went up top. Yep. Up top, down, around to the back. But, you know, Sonner gets cut off. You end up trading DPS here. And Hev has made their way into your backline. So, use the JP out of this fight. Central scrambling to get back through Hotel here to regroup the rest of the team. Central low. Immortality Field has to be used just to bail them out here. Try to regroup in this fight. Oh, but Ostrix outstays their welcome, trying to get it done. Hev is able to strike back, and this is fight. It's kind of breaking out here right around Statue. Ant Matrix thrown in. The Minions trying to find somebody with that. Saunders able to get one with it. Oh, but Ilpy just sneaks in some shots right up Main Street to take Saunders down. Man, and I was raving about how good the Sojourn was feeling, but even with a little bit of nerf, Juno seems to still be in a strong spot. Dodging the Blizzard, the Pulse in the back. The defense from Wasp will hold. Oh, man, it just got blown to smithereens. Never even knew what hit him. At least not until it was too late. Which is unfortunate. Yeah, getting close to that sound barrier. Mythical Minions definitely could use that. I believe that was an overclock I heard happening. Saunders not even on any fancy high ground. Like, just run it up the middle. This is a bulldoze through the point kind of play, with the tip of the spear being that Terror Surge, both figuratively and literally. Though Ostrix and Hev have made their way into your backline, and Saunders just gets absolutely cornered. Central and JP, Muse able to respond, coming up with 3 on the back half of the fight. It's bloody, it's a brawl. The Minions come out on top as they swarm into point A. Sound barrier and orbital ray here for the Minions. Oh, Central, you're in a rough spot there. Ant Matrix thrown out. As Ostrix once again almost bit off more than they can shoot again. The sound barrier engaged, run past that Ant Matrix. Panda dancing there, towing that line. skating it, if you would. KDM tried to flank, separated from the team. Easily found out. Pulse thrown in from Muse amidst that. And Ostrix wants this ground back. They are not content to just sit back and regroup. Oh, but their impatience there gets punished. Orbital Ray used to try to cap this one off. Ilpy is not in this fight, so there's no response here. Central low when they pop that. Yeah, KDM takes it down with a mine and a punch. Sounds like a deadly combo. Ostrix was just kind of waiting there for a moment. Buying as much time as possible. Comes back out to stall. Ends up... The attack just kind of petering out here. Sonder running out of lifeline. Ostrix looking to push. Central returns on a Doomfist just to try to keep pressure up, but JP dies. Give me a tire from the high ground. Oop. Muse recalls right into the tire. Great prediction out of KDM where that recall was going to be. Now headed up to the high ground. Beautiful combo with Terror Surge. Precious 60 seconds at that. Using their sound barrier sooner rather than later. Good opening pick on the Hev at the start of this fight. Alright, defensive orbital ray use. About 26 seconds to go. Still time for minions to just kind of wait it out. They gotta make sure they can survive it. Okay, they're gonna respond with one of their own. And right back up. It looks like they have somebody isolated on the right side. Don't think so. Okay, JP's got KDM up top. He was just scouting that side. Sonder gets the headshot needed. The perfect counter punch. Right on the chin of Wasp. Oh no, here. They're not down for the count, but Wasp definitely felt that one as the bell rings the end of point B. That central in deep on that right-hand side. That happens up here putting some shots down? Yeah, happens is right there. Oh, that happens. You may have stuck around a little bit too long. Let's check out that tire. Nope, tire didn't get anything. Immortality Field has been used up front as Sonder drops the overclock. Ilpy onto a Zenyatta, pinned down in the back. Ooh, forced out. Beautifully done. Meanwhile, there's a Blizzard on the other end. And it's able to result in a few kills. And Mythical minions with back-to-back very clean fight wins. Flawless. Now we got a DPS on each door. Sound barrier on the point. Hev will not get the touch.
Score 0-3. Switching sides. Initiating match.
Everybody from Minions headed up to the high ground to get our little RC car view of King's Row. Right, bro. Last polka. KDM, I'm better than Gurk for real.
Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
All right. Push through hotel here for Wasp. Oh no. Being a bit of a duel in the back there. Ooh, Muse is going to find that. The Central is still alive here, and Ostrix has very little health. Central and Sonar are hunting on kills in the back line. They've already given up 2 ticks here, but now they move back in. They're going to go ahead and reclaim the objective. All right, another attempt. Ostrix not bothering trying to go through the hotel this time, just right up the gut. Oh, that was a spear in the eyeball of Central. Oh, I say you do still have Muse and Sonder on this point. I was able to get a clip into Muse, but Muse turns around and finds a kill onto Ostrix. Careful peeking that rail. All right, Central is back. Defense stabilizes. Orbital ray down on Central. They push forward. Looking for JP on the bat. Ooh, get KDM up top. Oh, and it's Ilpy who's booted out this time. You just left VC and flame me? Uh-oh, what's going on? Absolute cinema, I believe the kids would say. He still managed to yap mid-fight. Oh, good lord. Good lord. Oh, no worries. It's okay, Katie. All right, well, we'll see what happens as a result of this Wasp drama. Hey, Sonder. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate you being here. What do you think of the new Sabra? Or Sabra, the new Sojourn. I think Saj is awesome. I was playing Sojourn a bit last night. I was like, oh, I can see why people are using it in officials. It actually feels really good. It actually feels really good. Did I forget to swap? Oh, I did forget. Oh my god. Oh my god. All right. Sounds like QRXU is showing up. Roster new roster 2025. One v one widow. I mean, things are happening, right? I mean, it's a 5v4. Like, I should have just left the polka going for the rest of this map. It almost deserved it. All right, KDM. Wait. How? Wait, how? KDM like left and or LP is here? I think we are seeing drama unfold before our very eyes. Yeah, LP literally joined and left again to just to pause it for another 2 minutes. It's kind of the gist of what I'm gathering there. There's 58 seconds. Like, just stick around for 58 seconds and figure it out for map 3. Come on. I wanted to see the KDM Sonder Widow battle. That's what I was excited to see. You're all right, KDM. You're all right. Oh, LP did it again. Is LP just gonna hold this game hostage now? Is that what's going on? Oh, LP's saying game not working. Maybe it is truly, maybe it truly is some sort of tech issue. I don't want to assume, never want to assume the worst. Ostrich said, stop joining. I think it is a troll. But again, never want to assume the worst. Next map will actually look like something. Oh, by the way, y'all also have failed to tell me that I misspelled their mythical minions now. I told y'all I can't type this week. I don't know what is going on. we're just having a day. We're just having an all around day. You know, I mean, I knew when I like went to go live and AMD is like, nope, error, like boom, crash. Like I knew we were gonna be in for one. I knew we were gonna be in for one from the moment that like we even started, before we even tried to go live. I knew we were in for one. All right. Oh, jumped right down in front of me. And he's like, hey, that's a window that just jumped down in front of me. Oh, Heaven's still playing. Heaven and Ostrich still going for it. They're like, okay. Yeah, I figured that out too, Activel. I'm telling you, it's been a day. It's been a day. It's been a mythical minion kind of day. You gotta get mythical. When life gets weird, just get mythical. Woo! Okay. Okay. Like sport players showing us some widow chops. Even if it was a body shot into a widow mind kill, it still counts. What's going on over there? This is like a DGAF pissed off Wasp. Like, Ostrix and Hev are playing mad. I feel like this is somewhat cathartic. Like, I don't. Oh, Sutter finally said, all right, I'll give you what you want. Nice little two-piece from Muse on the back of the Terror Surge. That was cool. All right, KDM's have enough of that. Time for a Tracer. There's 2 minutes here. Like, there's still... Where we have a map. Like, this went from 0 to 60 real quick. We've got a map. Ostrix is back on the ball. Sonner gets the kill on to Hev. Whoop. Roll into the back. Adaptive shields got you about 400 and enough to get you the mega. Little flyby ships of the night with JP and up to the high ground to try to find Sonder. You can go steal the mini. Whoop. Oh, a little Spider-Man action underneath the map. There, excuse me, Captive Sun able to find 2. Panda with the sound barrier, I think just got themselves. Either that or their shields just got whittled very quickly off of Central and or Muse. But Wasp ended up winning another one.
60 seconds.
Central onto a Diva now coming back in. Saunders gone to a Cass a little bit before this. Guessing when KDM in, that swap over to the Genji. The defensive orbital array used, excuse me, that was a Wasp orbital array used at the start of this fight. KDM now coming in with the Dragon Blade. Whoop. But forced to face the rockets, Muse is able to shoot him in the back. Mine's now on the point to try to cover it. 15 seconds to go. Give me a Deadeye here from the top from Saunder. Combined with Muse, are able to find two here as the seconds wane. Well, Kingslow, at least it turned into something interesting. But it's still going to be Mythical minions moving up to match point, barring an absolute just killing spree out of KDM. Nope. All safe and sound here for the defense of the minions. There we go. Some stats for map number 2. What do you mean, Sidra? It's you get enough of my ugly mug, all right? You don't need my ugly mug of their 24/7 while the teams are playing. You get enough of this face. No, genuinely, I just like to keep the action about the teams. Like, it's not about me. It's not about my face. It's about the 10 players that are on the battlefield. That's what's important when we're in game. So. All right, after a, you know what, King's Row, it's always some kind of shenanigans, isn't it? It's always some kind of shenanigans. What's going on for map number 3? Esperanza has been banned out. We are headed, into Coliseum. Map 3. And let me get the side swap for you now while I'm thinking about it. Before I forget. Oh, this is also map 3. Don't forget to change that. There we go. Okay. So as you see at the top, we do have QRXU here in the lineup. So KDM moving back on over into the support role. Ostrix onto the wrecking ball here for call sale. QRXU is going to come out on the Cassidy. Thunder sticking with the Sojourn here alongside Central's Orisa. And they are immediately aware that Ostrix is on the signature wrecking ball. Ev pushing in the back. Ostrix already rolling in deep. Ooh! Central get aggressive. Central finds 3 immediately. Excuse me. That's both supports and your hit scan taken down from, I mean, a well-timed and placed aggression. Out of Mythical minions. Hev low. Central picks up their 4th in the fight. Minions are coming to play a Coliseum. LP flat back, regrouping with the team. Okay, here comes Ostrix in for another rollout. They have tried a couple with it. Weren't quite able to lock that, but the speed ring is good. Oh, but LP and QRXU combined for a couple on the other side. Away from Ostrix engage. You got the Ash who's able to put in the hurt. That's the lead picked up there from Wasp. They've got Nano thrown on to Ostrix immediately. Rolling it back. Mine's available. Oh. Beautiful pick onto JP. Down barrier from Panda to try to bolster the aggression on the other side. Mythical Manias are looking to trade this out. There was no disengage. It was just run headlong right at each other. Central's going to throw in a Terror Surge on the back of this. Orbital Ray here from Ilpy to keep Wasp on top throughout the back of this fight. And it shall succeed. Now, Wasp don't often retreat into the cubby like we see most teams do. They will a little bit. You might see KDM kind of try to shelter down here, which you can see Central has already moved in to prevent that from happening. Cleaned up on the outside of that house. Wasp never quite gets situated there after what was, I mean, technically a fight win. That's the Bobman Art of QRXU. Well, QRXU themselves are just right here, hanging out underneath. Oh, and putting down a couple of mean shots. They'll be backing up into the cubby. Here comes Heaven there with it. Muse is going to mark that lower section. Meanwhile, Ostrix pressuring up top. Bit of a battle in the back. Yeah, and a nice strike down onto KDM. Oh, but they leave the point unattended. And then it's a quick checkpoint here picked up. Mythical Minions kind of kicking themselves a little bit for that one. They even lose the two players that were assaulting there in the arches. The Wasp, oh no, find things going their way on both ends of the fight here. Both able to get the cap and at least trade out. They weren't able to keep everybody alive. They're still waiting for reinforcements, but they at least are able to trade out. We call that a dub for Wasp. We'll pull spot from Hev. Oh, didn't quite land. What? Let's get the right player there. That would be helpful. QRXU is able to pick up Wads. A couple of kills going in Wasp's favor. Really on the back of the mines there from Ostrix. Zonder with 2 clutch picks at the back of the fight, though. That is huge. Down in a 1v5. Zonder finds a pair. Literally a 1v5. Zonder picks up 2. And so this gives a great advantage here on the retake, at least. It's still not ideal for minions. Things would be a shite side worse, not for Saunders. Good focus there amidst trouble, amidst peril. JP just picked out of the sky, trying to get the orbital ray into the fight. Without Saunder there either, it's a rally out of Panda trying to hold. Not enough sustain in the war to last through all that. Now, with that said, KDM and QRXU are down. Central APM being chased by the remaining 3 players here from Wasp. Ooh, Central's able to get one of them. JP returns to help top Central off. Ostrix trades out with Muse. And it's still just continuing to slow this thing down. They're in, slam down, and all the way back around to the front immediately. Just the level of speed and ability to get anywhere with the Wrecking Ball makes Ostrix so dangerous on this map. Bob throwing in from QRX. Whoop! Saunders out. There's Central APN up front. Terror Surge. Oh, completely shut down. Transcendence. Beautiful there out of KDM. The QRX used Hey, making an entrance here into this series. Wasn't able to make it for the first 2 maps. And wow, impact has now been felt in Colosseo. He just finds LP Hev off the mark a little bit, but Ostrix is able to get 1. Ooh, Central actually gets Hev on the return of that knife. That is wild. They were looking for, I think they were looking for LP on that, weren't they? Get him on the return kill. That was cool. That's a low KDM. Central coming in with the swing. KDM staying topped up, even with Muse putting in pressure from the outside. Panda comes in and finally puts him down. Sonder will finish off Hev, so even amidst the orbital raid coming out here from Wasp, oh no. Minions are able to kind of systematically pick that one apart. That landed. KDM has Path of Transcendence on the back of it. Pulse up top. Ooh, gets QRXU. Muse, the nice loop around, then hit a Kitsune Rush right up the gut. You're going to chase down Ostrix with it. KDM strikes back, though. That's a pair of kills for the Zenyatta here, just hanging out in the cafe, up close and personal. Kind of, I mean, cutting the knees off here for Mythical Minions composition as they're looking to get this checkpoint. Re-engaging with a quickness. Here comes Ostrix as well as Hev. Looking to kind of force the minions out through the cubby. Ostrix is even to go in behind, try to prevent the retreat, snag the mech out from underneath them. Good shot from, I was sensing that one. Rampage in, hits LP, but QRXU gets another one from this outside. Saunders able to at least cut that deficit in half. But Hev and Ostrix double down. This is Wasp picking up the bot with 40 seconds to go. Lead firmly in their control. They have protected the checkpoint even, so plenty of buffer room back on their own side of the map. QRXU having a hell of one. Donner now swapping to the Tracer. Muse on to the Genji. Only a sound barrier for minions to work with here on the back of this fight. Plenty of tools here for Wasp. They relinquish control to take the best possible fight as we enter overtime. There's the mines and the orbital ray over the point, making life exceedingly difficult here for the minions. Pulse bomb stuck to Central's chest. And the sound barrier quickly fades, as does map 3. This series continues. We're headed to number 4.
Play of the game.
Well, there's the impact of having all of your starters there on the map. I mean, what a difference. What a difference that made. QRXU, 31-5 with 11.5k damage. Second only to Central in the tank role. I mean, if your DPS is keeping up with that, like you're doing something right. That was a hell of a showing. They're from QRXU. No ban heading into Flashpoint, obviously. It's just the 2 maps to choose from. No clash at all here in Season 3 of FACEIT. So, Let's go take a look at our lineups. I don't anticipate any changes, but yeah, we'll keep an eye on things. You never know. Who knows? Maybe Gark showed up and they got the whole band back together. All right. So Wasp picked by Wasp here for map number 4. They are going to swap sides. I'm going to get that changed before we get in there. So even though it's not the strongest pick choice, Wasp do get at least a chance to choose between the two maps, in a place where, you know, hopefully they can play what they want to play. Does this mean we see the Wrecking Ball once again? I mean, once they're able to get Ostrix into that and get out of the Eraser Mirror, maybe not to mention getting their starting hit scan player into the mix as well, suddenly we're looking at a whole new series.
Initial flashpoint. Mark it.
Ostrix is rolling out on that ball. Showing us a bit of the Junker Queen dive. Well, minions just showing us Junker Queen dive. With Sonder on the Tracer, Muse on the Genji. But, ooh, it's an immediate pick there for Ostrix on the Wrecking Ball. JP falls shortly thereafter. In a 2-for-1 trade, minions are able to clap back. Sonder is able to escape and find that Mega back there. So no team with really a clear lead here in this fight. Now, there's just no supports at all in the battle. Swift step in from JP. You'll get him back into this fight. Neither team's managed to grab control of the objective either. URQ playing it out of the back. JP hits him from a distance before Muse can even get there on the flank. They were looking for it. What's going on out here? All right, KDM moving on over to the Zenyatta back in here. Ostrix goes in looking for JP. Whoops. That was a cool little swing to get Ostrix at the high ground. KDM with 2 in this fight. Ooh. Central yoinks QRXU back to spawn with him. But Wasp do flip the control of the objective, that is. Rampage at the ready. A whole host of ultimates here for Wasp to hold on to this. Kitsune Rampage versus Orbital Mines. Bob also could be used here to kind of help fend this off. To speed all the way around, they forego the front door to throw the Rampage down in onto 2. Central runs to the point, gets interrupted, kind of punched in the face there by Bob, and an Orbital Ray dropped on their head. So Central just feeling the brunt of all the wrath here from Wasp Odo. Transcendence invested in that. Makes those 4 ultimates there from Wasp. It should be enough to grant them this first point. Oh, Panda even drops the sound barrier in and they can't quite make it. Ostrix moves into the back to clean up on the fight. Oof. And things go from bad to worse. Mines dropped right over the entrance. Essential was trying to come in, but here comes that blade out of Muse into the backline. QRQ immediately shuts that down. Essential just has nowhere to go on that point. Surrounded by Mines and Wasp players. I mean, Wasp grabbing control of that objective. Ricky, thank you for the follow. Discord on Essential can give you an idea where they're looking. At least who Wasp is focusing on. Interesting rotation here out of minions. They're going to kind of go down low ground for now. They've sent Muse on a split. Muse is on the opposite side, kind of trying to get into the back line. And I think they're trying to converge here. Yeah, you see Muse rejoin with the team. Oh, but Hev is able to get him before the split happens. Drops the pulse in. Central with the shout, but orbital ray out of Wasp, and I see nothing but blue jerseys left on this point. Donner picks up one somewhere, finds a duel against QRXU here on the outside of the map. Or the objective at the very least. But Transcendence in to heal up after the rampage fades there from Central. This is Wasp going up 2-0 here on Suravasa. Early positional advantage here from Mythical minions. Ooh, you gotta be quick or they're not gonna be able to take advantage of it. Okay, there's the rotation in and there's the Concerning rush. Bob throwing in the midst of it though, and it's kind of left the team split and Central low. LP fights 3 with torpedoes. What? Okay. That's insane. That's the first time I've ever seen a triple kill from torpedoes. I'll give you that. It's the first one of those I've seen in officials. Well played, LP. Well played. Right there to come to the top. Whoop! Muse was off the side there for a minute. Oh, but Hev, how do you get that one? Hev sneaking in through the back door. Oh, and now just causing all kinds of problems here underneath for minions. Wasp from 1 fight away for sending us to that Shambhala Monastery, map 5. Our biscuits are burning. All right, Sunbury to work with, a lot of ultimates to work with, as a matter of fact. Got to survive the minefield first. Kind of separated once again, Central and JP from the rest of the orbital ray is going to put a lot of pressure on him. Central doesn't get out to touch in time. Realizes the clock is low. A split second too late. Ready to map 5. Hold on, that's map 1 set. I gotta refresh it. There we go. All right, there's map 4. It was there. All right, we're wasting no time here. All right. Hev with a great map there, map number 4. Look at 28-1 there for Hev on the Tracer. Reminder, it was old Circuit Royale banned out. As we get set here for this map number 5. The deciding map between these two teams. You know what? I mean, last time these two teams met in regular season matchup, it was a map 5. Mythical Minions were able to take that one. Will history repeat itself from season 2? Let's find out. Get it on. Wasting 0 time. Except for Shambali Monastery. One of the only escort maps that didn't get a change here in season 13. And once again, our teams like to swap sides a lot, so we're going to go ahead and make sure I got that on the level for you. Better come correct. At least for once in this series. I'll get it right, don't you worry. Looking at a close hold with the Maycast Sigma. Interesting.
2, 1. Attackers incoming. Stop the aim.
An aid thrown in, landed on the Panda. Able to back up, wall used, and kind of create a bit of a labyrinth for anybody from Wasp to try to get in on this. Right? What is a very interesting close hold. I don't know that I've seen this quite this pulled off yet. Another big Bionade in. That one might force minions back. That one hit 2. Life bars are looking a bit low here. Muse is still contesting with the block. And that in itself is a bit of a commitment. Nah, they end up going down before the Immortality Field comes in. I mean, like, just a split second before that Immort showed up. Ostrix was able to find the roll through. And this defense is starting to fall apart at the seams. Ball spawn from Ev. We'll get the ice block out of Muse. Oh, and the minefield there in the back is going to get a Panda's rally out as well. Zonda purple, nowhere to go. Bob up front. Katie Gimmon in the back. The RXG with a pair of kills in the fight. There's a lot of colorful decoration here over point A and in celebration of Wasp getting a map point on the board. Or a point on the board. Round point? I guess it's a round point. I don't know. Something like that. A point. All right. The satellite vector has been rocked. Disengage. Add a minions up to the top. Ice block, Immort coming out in that regard. Muse a step behind the rest of the team as they're rotating down below. Central lands the creation onto Ostrix. Muse does eventually get popped here, but it's a 4v3 favoring the defensive minions. A very low LP will get finished off by JP as Central turns their attention elsewhere. Even stabilizes here for it seems like the first time on Shambali Monastery. Well, there's the Bionade. There's Ostrix in. Have right along with it. The wall able to protect against the Tracer, though. They're able to somewhat survive through the minefield. It ends up being a trade from Ostrix onto Panda. I don't know what the Gravitic Flux got, but I stay Central with a pair of kills here in the feed, despite ending up low before it's all said and done. He's taking a quick nap. Hev and Ostrix are back on this point. Ooh. Wall to block against KDM. The Blizzard is out. Trying to get the backline. The backline's frozen, but there's nobody there. Saunders trying to get within sight lines to see if they can find the kills, but it's just too late. And despite the Blizzard picking up too, Wasp thaw out and keep right on rolling. Four minutes headed into point C. Shield used to block against the sleep dart. Nicely timed here to keep this momentum going for the defense. Much needed momentum bolstered by the Samp Matrix. Uh-oh. The big 3 stuns. Hey, there wasn't even a rally in the play, all right? There's a proper shield bash for you. KDM just got the brunt on that one. And despite an early pulse bomb here causing a bit of disruption, minions continue to hold the line here. One of those 4 minutes have been eaten off the bank. Lines in over the back. Ooh, QRXU trying to chase the Sigma and actually gets it. You see the Ragdoll come in to screen. And this fight continues to push down into point C, indicating, you know, Wasp getting some kills, getting some favor, landing a sleep dart, landing a headshot. Everything is looking gravy here for Wasp. Oh no. 2:30 left to go. Still have an orbital wait and Bob, and not to mention the Nano coming up shortly behind those two. Last Blizzard was just a bit late in the fight. Look at this early aggression coming out from Wasp. No, might try to force that same situation again. Oop. Oh. Oh. There, Ostrix finally got back up. There's the nano boost lands. I was like, just kind of waiting for it. And then strikes true. Once again, the Blizzard in the back and not enough follow-up to really make good on him. Using Central are still here and is not without picks. They've managed to get one, but Central will not be able to survive through the Sleep Dart and the Onslaught. I don't know if there's any other touchers coming through. Panda just barely made it back in time. Time still in the favor of Wasp. Oh no.
Score 0-3. Switching sides. Initiating match.
Now we get KDM out of the game. All right, that's enough of that. Oh, son of a bitch. All right, I've had enough of that song. Let's do something else. Another pause tune. All right. Well, clearly a pretty good time here. Shambali could be a very difficult map to finish. So in talking about this, I mean, not to mention this pause here. Hey, this gives Mythical Minions some time to kind of figure out their strat here for this attack. And if all I gotta do is cap, I mean, obviously you'd like to cap with more time, but right now your goal is just send this to extras. Send this to extras and let's kind of wipe the slate clean. Both teams get another attack and anything can happen from that point. Even if you've got to work with overtime spawns and stuff. Are we good? Are we playing now? Are y'all done with the shenanigans?
Ready for battle. Five, four, three, two, one. Attackers incoming. Stop the payload.
Interesting spot. Meanwhile, we do have Muse trying to push up this left-hand side. Oh, there's a couple good icicles. Oh, that was dirty. Muse with a high priority pick. Kick off the attack here. And that should just buy this whole first area for Mythical. What a great investment. Hev's still hanging out down here looking for a flank. Looking for a trade. Muse continues to get aggressive. They're up on the high ground. And they know Hev is here now, but now Ostrix has joined the fight. LP putting in fire over the top. Mythical Minions kind of with their back against a wall. And whew, they're kind of fighting out from a JP staying alive, jumping for dear life in that corner. Mythical Minions just get out of that by the skin of their teeth. Nobody puts minions in a corner. Bob in the last second trying to contest 2 meters prior to the cap. Blizzard is thrown on the point from Muse just to see if they can kind of force this thing over the line. Managed to freeze up Bob, but the contest was still there. So Rally has to be invested, and that will be enough. And this all goes back to, I mean, a great opening from Muse. Push back on that aggression on point A. Continuing to strive forward here. Already 40% towards another Blizzard. Ahead of every other DPS in the lobby. Saunder the only one to not use their first ultimate here just yet. But this could be a good opportunity coming up. Although they got to deal with the nanoed Ostrix first. Mortality Field to help with that defense. Muse finds another killer headshot. And once again, it's on to KDM. The Gravitic Flux was trying to get Ostrix, but Ostrix is able to duck out of the way, swing back in, and find JP. But Central hits Hev with the rock. Mine's now out over the front on top of the staircase, but looks like minions are all able to safely disengage. Shield used to clear it out to regroup Saunder with the pack and get this cart rolling forward. Ooh, the ice block just in time. KDM froze it up just as they were about to get that kill. Central comes in to bail out, finish what Muse had started. URSU picked off. Ooh. That flick to the side was pretty cool. Unfortunately, Muse's Maywall was blocking it. Otherwise, that probably would have landed. And the minions are, in fact, finding their rhythm here on their attack phase. And accomplishing exactly what they set out to. Now pushing into point C with a great time bang equivalent to what Wasp had put up on the other side. URXU with a swap to the Widowmaker immediately finds a pick. And then we're going to follow these torpedoes right on into the fight. Ostrix close to mines yet again. KDM finds JP. Try to pull him back with that. Hef does have a pulsar trying to combo with this. He's pushing in on this left side. As Central low. Deadeye thrown out from Saunder amidst this blizzard. That pulse bomb lands just as Saunder pulls the trigger. In time to take Ostrix out of the fight. Hef will get battered down by an accretion. Ostrix eats 25 stuns apparently. Spellbinder, Widowmaker. Whoop! That rock didn't hit the pillar. Nobody saw that. Central finds KDM in that, has the shield to block the sleep dart. Ooh, misses the accretion, but does get the hypersphere in for the kill. We do have an infrasight up here from KRXU, so everybody kind of stuck back for the next 15 seconds. Still Muse is able to find an early pick. And minions are looking very healthy here, both in health bars and time bank. It's up to Hev and Ostrix to try to hold this point long enough here for Ilpy or QRXU to find some picks. Unfortunately, they're just not able to. Ilpy has to just yeet themselves on the objective, and that is 31 seconds additional time here for Mythical Minions.
Score 3-3. Switching sides. Initiating match.
I don't know what that button is on top of the fire truck, but I want to push it. Or the little Tonka truck. I just want to push it. Just push it. It resets the button. It resets the truck. Push. Push. Reset. And push. Ah! It worked that time. Buck and a half for Wasp to work with. We're going to get this close hold. This close hold did buy a little bit of time, but Wasp will have to be expecting it now, all right? They've certainly read it. They've marked it. There goes the nade in over the top. Ostrich booping 2 out into the main and street, but Wall used defensively, gets him back in. Wall will also prevent a little bit of healing flying towards Ostrix as well. Oh, and Muse finds a very good pick. Low health bars there, but you can see the regen burst comes out. JP's got everybody topped up. And it looks like minions are staying the course for now. That's the first 30 seconds gone. Ostrix with another roll through, forcing her back up to Main Street. Muse once again with the wall. I don't know if they're going to make it back into their little cubby. Muse is kind of falling back up here Main Street. Central has pushed out a bit more. Shield's looking a bit broke. And there's the speed ring in from Wasp. There's nobody around to use it. Central's trying to get aggressive in the absence of Ostrix here. Finds a pick there onto QRXU. Kind of taking the teeth out of the crossfire, eliminating one of those sides. Now Panda is down 26 seconds. Mine's in over the top. JP could be in trouble. Yep, JP is toast. It's just Muse and Central left on this point. And there's the cleanup. So now, with the final 10 seconds ticking down, Wasp get their very first meterage here in extras. Give me a Blizzard from Muse on the objective. Sound barrier to protect the backline. Blizzard gets at least 2 in it. Nano's thrown onto Ilpy, but a Deadeye from Sonder is going to be the end of everybody. This cart will get stopped shy. Win con set here for Mythical Minions.
Score 3-3. Switching sides. Initiating match. Ready for battle.
Two-minute hold is required. Box of victory, not even around the second bend.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Stop the payload.
Initial look here with the Zenyatta and a Widowmaker. Not going to find the pick necessary. Back to make cast. Ostrix Mark doing their chandelier routine. Heads back to the high ground. Muse coming up. See if they can find that first pick again. The opening kill onto KDM in the first attack. Absolutely crucial. KDM on a BAP here, so not as easily picked off as they were on the Ana previously. And you can see the emphasis from Ostrix this time around in preventing this take to the high ground. Still, minions work their way up. Keep an eye on Hev here down below. waiting for a juicy little support to jump into their sidelines. Nobody ever does. We'll have to settle for a volley onto Central. Can't wait around too long. Box of Victory is entirely too close. Ostrix pushing in. Like to get something started here. Like to get some aggression. Pando's trying to hold the line. Keeps the house clear on the left-hand side. Has Sonder there to help them out. They're able to batter Ostrix all the way out through the window. Let's take a back look at the front line. Central is low. You still have pressure around in on the outside. Managed to get in deep. Has a kill onto Sonder, but KDM is out of this fight. No more Baptiste. Minimal sustain here for Wasp, and they're on the precipice of defeat here in this map 5. Blizzard out from Muse. Only a $1.15 into this extra innings. Hev is frozen up. Ostrix can't make it back, and the minions will win it. History repeats itself here for your regular season matchup. And this rivalry continues. It was, in fact, a 3-2, Muse. It was. Wasp denied their reverse sweep there in the final moments, even after a spectacular push to start us off here in Shambali Monastery. Ooh, minions, they match. The minions put up an equally awesome push. And that is a hard-earned 3rd point on the board. GG's. Ooh, what a series. What a wild one. What a wild one. Always is. Always is. Not just with Wasp, but between these two. Always a wild match between these two. Some stats there from your map 5. Central nearly 40 ALIMs in that one. Well above and beyond most anybody else. Muse had a spectacular map, though. I think Muse would definitely be the player of that particular map. Crucial picks with the May. Getting it done. I mean, the walls were great. The blizzards were great. The icicles were good. Even though the follow-up wasn't always there, a couple of the blizzards, not every single one was spectacular, but there were some key ones in there that got the job done. 37 elims, 16,000 damage, a little over, nearly 17k. Spectacular map there from Muse. What a series. Holy cow. Love getting a 5 mapper. Always good to get a 5 mapper here on stream.